Good afternoon, everyone. Good evening, good morning, wherever you are. Buon pomeriggio, buonasera, buongiorno. Spero che tutti state bene. Thank you so much for coming on to my Go Live. Today is day 3 of our 10-day challenge. And this is something that we do on our business page, which is this is my digital business page. And I welcome all of you to follow along and find out what it's like to be a digital entrepreneur. This is just something that we like to extend our page to our followers and new followers as well. So thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for taking part of this. Yesterday we talked about what is the one thing that you don't think is possible to happen in your life. And I talked about at first I had doubts. I wanted to get a Mustang when I was 17. And, of course, now I'm a little older than that. And I did finally get that 40 years later or closer. But I never gave up that dream. The other thing was, I've always wanted to go to Hawaii. And as a young person, for some reason, I don't know if it was the Hawaii Five-0 show or whatever. I just loved the backgrounds and where they were filming and stuff. So it really intrigued me. And again, I thought, wow, that's a very luxurious trip. The dream came true. Even though it came true, that was my honeymoon trip, but I figured if I'm going to do it, if I'm going to go away and to go to a trip, it's going to be that one. And we did, and it was fabulous. Mind you, we did say we could return every 5 years after that. It hasn't happened, but it's okay. I've been able to travel other places, and of course, we'd love to see other parts of the world. And that's me. I love to travel. So when we say, what is the one thing that I think is not possible, and I want to thank each and every one of you that commented yesterday on my poll, on my live, and, excuse me, and I got a lot. What is the one thing that you find is impossible? And that's exactly that, is traveling the world. A lot of people, they want the time to be able to have the time to travel the world. And of course, number one would be the means. And that's where this business comes in, is because, I find that I have more time to do that. That is my one goal this year, is possibly to be traveling, which actually I'm, getting ready in less than just a little over 30 days. I will be traveling and, going to meet up with some of my fellow business partners for the first time after, the global incidents that's been happening. And I find that I'm so excited because number one, just to be able to travel is number one thing. But the most thing is also meeting my business partners. Rather than doing it virtually, I can actually hug them, which I think is really, really important. So, I didn't think it was possible, but I found ways to do it, to work it out. So, that was one of them. The time wasn't, like I mentioned before, time was another thing in the poll that, we don't have that time. So like, rather than working all the time, right? Why don't you make the time to do the things that you want to do? How is that possible? There's a lot of ways you can do it. Working online is one of them, because you don't have to spend as much time. And that's my goal as well, is to focus on my digital business. If I work hard at it right now, And, I am putting a little bit more time than, that I would want to, but that's okay because I still am able to fit in the things that I want to do, which is like go through my cookbooks that I've collected in the years and, pick a recipe and share that with my family and friends. So keep you posted on that. But in the meantime, you need to dig deep. Digging deep into your lifestyle right now, live your dream is really like the focus right now, and you have to make what's not possible possible, because if you don't start thinking about the possibility, it's going to go by so fast that you're not going to realize. And then when you're at a position that you think that you could do it, other things come up, whether you're not, your health is being affected, whether it's the means that are being affected, a lot of things come up. And, refocus on your priorities. And we all think, well, how am I going to do this? This is, my livelihood. And, I thought the same thing. Whether you're working week to week and waiting for that income coming in, yes, you can turn that weekly income into a daily income, and it's all possible. There's so much out there, of course, and I find that being a digital entrepreneur is one of the answers that I found for myself. And I really feel that once you put your mind to it, you can achieve it. Maybe it's that grocery budget, and maybe I shouldn't touch groceries right now because of the expense, but we've all had to realign our grocery budget, right? And maybe, we've made different choices now. We probably don't buy the salad as much as we would, 2 months ago, for those of us that are paying through the wazoos for salad. So really living your dream could be little things. You have to start little. Living your dream, meaning that, if you can cut back on your work hours, what would you do? Would you spend it with your loved ones? If you have grandkids or small kids, or, would you just take an afternoon and who would ever take an afternoon and go to a movie? Live on the wild side. That's what I always say, right? So I hope that helps. And I really appreciate you coming on to my Go Live. And really, we got to focus on that, really focus on living your dream. And like I said, when you dig deep and you focus on your priorities and how you can shift them around a little bit. And you know what? That's what I've done myself, my past experience. Like we had our webinar last night where the panelists were talking about their journeys and how they started with their business and their trials and tribulations. And the one was talking about that she had to leave her child behind. I think she was just leaving. She had to go back from her maternity leave earlier than she thought, and it just tore her heart. And I know the feeling because we've had to do that. And when we had maternity leave, it wasn't a year. It was 3 months or 6 months, if that. I don't even think it was 6 months. So, and that's, a lot. So we've had to reshift our lives even back then as to what would make it best for us to live. So on that, I hope that helps you, and I thank you for joining my Go Live, and stay tuned for tomorrow for day 4, as we will be having a lot more discussions on working online. Talk to you later. Have a great day. Buona giornata a tutti. Ciao.